What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Keelan coming at y'all with another haircut transformation. And today we gonna perform a mid drop fade, and we working with some straight hair, as y'all can see today. And I'm pretty excited to showcase this haircut, put this haircut out there, because I just want to show my versatility when it comes to different hair textures. I just want to show how I do when I'm working with straight hair. I used to be scared of cutting straight hair. I used to get real nervous when somebody had straight hair get in my chair, but you know, I wanted to be that barber that can cut anybody. So, you know, I took a lot of time watching a lot of videos to perfect or get better at cutting straight hair, and took classes and all type of stuff just to learn how to do it. It's the same thing essentially, but you know what I'm saying, it do take a lot of time to learn how to cut straight hair, because you have to be way more detailed. It takes a lot of more attention, or you got to be a lot more attentive when you cutting straight hair. So I'm excited to get this video out to y'all. And so yeah, right now I'm just putting in my first bald guideline. My client said he wanted to use the highest guard to cut the hair down on top, so I'm just going in with my 8 guard against the grain, just cutting it down. And it's still gonna leave it pretty dark, so it's just taking off a little bit, probably like an inch or two, maybe. I think it's like an inch. So yeah, man, we just cutting it down on top, preparing for this fade. Cutting all them hairs down, making sure I go against the grain and making sure I go against the right growth pattern of his hair, so I don't like plug them or nothing like that. So yeah, I'm just really taking my time cutting the hair down, and then I'll move into my fade. Actually, I went ahead and attacked the beard first, because for some reason I just wanted to get that out the way for this video. I just wanted to hurry up and attack the beard, so I just go ahead and line that up next. But yeah, I'm gonna take it a step at a time. Taking a step at a time. We still cutting this hair down. I just want to make sure I'm making it as even as possible, cutting the hairs down, combing it, and going over it as many times as I need to. So yeah, man, he said he wanted to trim the beard down just a little bit, not too much. He still wanted it thick, but thick and dark, not too light. So I believe I'm using a 3 guard, cutting it down with the grain, not taking it too low, but just enough. Then we're gonna line it up at the bottom, combing that down, and we're gonna get that straight line across. We're gonna start in the middle and work my way to one side, and then I go to the other. So yeah, we just trying to make sure we get that bottom line as straight as possible. I keep combing down the hairs, and then I line it up again. And then we gonna move to the mustache. He said he wanted not too thin, but he don't want it like overly thick either. So we just gonna, you know what I'm saying, keep it in the middle. I guess you could say he don't want it like pencil. Like, he don't want it too thin, So I'm just trying to keep it like schmedium, you know what I'm saying? Like schmedium type. So we gonna hit that. Then we gonna move to the fade. I got my shaver, and I'm just trying to get it bald so that fade can last a little longer. And yeah, we just gonna. I'm gonna be working between the beard, like I'm fading the top of the beard, and then I move. I'm gonna be moving between the beard and the fade. So whatever I'm doing to the fade, that's what I'm gonna be doing to the beard as well. So yeah, we starting my first guideline, lever open, going up about like an inch. And I said we doing a mid drop fade today. So yeah, man, I'm gonna do one side of the head. If I wasn't recording, I'd do the whole head all at once, but you know, for the sake of recording purposes, we just gonna, you know what I'm saying, do one side at a time. Yeah, man, we just trying to get this first guideline even as possible, making sure, you know, I'm going up that full inch, and I'm putting all my guidelines in first, and then I'll come in and take them out. So for the second guideline, I'm going another inch, lever open with the one guard, and I'm not digging in the head. Like one thing I noticed about cutting straight hair is that you have to like go straight up off the head. Use like on your guard, the top of it is like, it's like flat. So when you putting in your guidelines, you wanna use that part of the clipper of your guard. You wanna use that part and just go straight up off the head. Like you wanna kinda exaggerate it a little bit. Like you don't wanna dig in. Like you see how I'm going straight up off the head. I could be digging the teeth into his head, but I'm not. I'm going straight up. Like you can kind of see it from that side angle a little bit, but that's how I do it. Like that's how it's easy to take those lines out a little. Well, it's more easier to take those lines out because I'm not digging into the head, and it's not, you know, making those guidelines so hard to take out. It's not pressing those guidelines into his head, because how I'm, you know, holding my clipper and positioning my clipper, or positioning the guidelines, or putting the guidelines in, is not so hard to take out. So yeah, man, I done put all my guidelines in. Now I'm going back to the bottom of the fade, and I'm gonna work my way up again. Lever in the middle, and we taking that bottom guideline out. Now I know this seemed like a lot of work. It kind of really is, but you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you just gotta find what works best for you. This works best for me. It's a lot of different ways to fade. It's a lot of different ways to, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different ways to blend in this barbering game. But like I say, you just gotta find what works best for you. This is how I started cutting hair. I always like use guidelines. I can fade without guidelines. Like I can put my I can blend down without having to put guidelines in, but it's just what I prefer to do because it's what I'm used to, you know. You get the job done. I can do it in like 45 minutes to an hour. And a lot of people be saying an hour is too long for a haircut, but I like to take my time. You know what I'm saying? My clients, they don't mind it. They come back. So, you know what I'm saying? It's somebody for everybody. An hour might be too long for some people, but you know what I'm saying? An hour is just enough for some of my clients. They don't mind it. So they know I'm, you know what I'm saying, trying to give them a quality cut. I ain't trying to rush them in and out. Ain't nothing wrong with, you know what I'm saying, getting them in and out 15, 30 minutes, but I like to take my time. Like I seen this post on Instagram. It was like, if you went to a doctor, you wouldn't want the, you know what I'm saying, you wouldn't want the doctor to, you know, rush you in and out. just so they can get paid. You wouldn't want them rushing the service so they can get paid, looking at you just as, money, rushing the service for, your health or whatever. So I look at it kind of like that. Like, I could rush, and ain't nothing wrong with rushing, because, you know what I'm saying, everybody, you can choose to run your business how you want to. But me, you know what I'm saying, I could rush, but I don't like to rush. I just like to take my time. You know what I'm saying? So I take like 45 to an hour. Like, if I'm behind and I need to hurry up, like if I accidentally like double book somebody and I need to hurry up, I can. But like, if I'm, you know what I'm saying, I got my schedule on time and I'm on time, then I'm gonna take my time. Like, I don't need to rush. You know what I'm saying? I like to go in detail or whatever I need to do, you know what I'm saying, to get the best outcome. And, you know what I'm saying, I just like to do how I do it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I run my business how I want to. And like I said, ain't nothing wrong with, 15-minute, 30-minute cuts, but that just ain't for me. Like, I ain't rushing. I like to take my time with it. So that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, man, we just working on this side of the head, trying to get it blended. It's coming out good. You just gotta take my time. That's another thing I learned with cutting straight hair. Like, you gotta take your time, because it might not seem like it's coming together, like the blend is coming together, but, you know what I'm saying, you just gotta be patient, because it's just something about straight hair. The fade is not gonna come together as quickly as other hair textures, like coarse hair. Like, sometimes, like, when I'm cutting like black people or coarse hair, it's kind of quicker for the fade to come together for most of the time, I would say. You know what I'm saying? The fade come together quick because I guess just the hair, like how the hair is made or whatever, how our hair texture it just, I don't know, it just seemed like the fade just come together a little bit quicker than, straight hair. So that's why I say it take a little bit more attention or a little bit more patience when it comes to straight hair, because, you know what I'm saying, it could be stubborn. You know what I'm saying? You got to just make sure you take your time, and you got to be a lot more detailed, I would say, when you cutting straight hair, when you're dealing with straight hair. Because it's a lot less room for error when you cutting straight hair. Because one false move and, you know what I'm saying, you're done. Now, don't get me wrong, cutting coarse hair, black people, it can be tricky sometimes as well. It just depends on the hair texture. You know what I'm saying? Coarse hair and straight hair is many different textures to each side. Like, coarse hair, everybody's hair is not the same. And it's the same thing for straight hair. Everybody's hair is not the same when you cut straight hair. It might be straight hair, but it could be different. It's different types of hair textures or different types of hair patterns or whatever. Curly hair, it's all the same. Like, it might be different types of hair textures, but it's just different types of like how the hair is, if that makes sense. Like, just because it's straight hair or whatever, coarse hair, it doesn't mean everybody's hair is going to be the same, Just because I'm black doesn't mean my hair is going to be the same as, the next person, But yeah, man, for either way, I still use the same steps for everybody. I'm still using the same steps on the straight hair as I do with the coarse hair. So It's just, you know what I'm saying, one might take more detail than the other or more attention than the other. That's all. No matter what, I still use the same steps. Like I don't have like a backup plan that I use for certain type of hair textures. Like I stick with the same game plan. You know what I'm saying? All it is just different teams like we playing. Like I'm playing different teams, but I'm using the same game plan and it's gonna work every time. Like it's just unstoppable. My game, once you get a game plan, once you get you a game plan, that's what how the barber game is. Like once you get you a game plan, it don't matter what team, what kind of head you cutting. You know what I'm saying? If you master that game plan, it's over with. Like that's the good thing about cutting hair. Like you just gotta get good at your game plan. You gotta get good at your haircut system, how you fade, how you cut. Once you get in that rhythm, it's over with. Like when I first started cutting, I would just cut. I would just be all over the place, to be honest. Like I would just be out of order. Like I would do things out of order. I don't want to go into detail, but I guess I can go into detail. Like I'll be fading, then I'll just go to the lineup, and then I'll just be all over the place. But now that I've been cutting for about like 4 years now, and I done gained like some experience, and I done been around some great barbers, like, and just picked up game from them and took things from them and added to my bag or whatever. Like I done, you know what I'm saying, gained me some rhythm. I done gained me like a routine of how I cut hair. It's just like I'm in and out. Like I still take like 45 to an hour, but like I got me a game plan, and like I know what I'm doing now. So it can be discouraging when you first start cutting hair. Like you really don't know what you're doing, but you know what I'm saying, just take your time, and eventually you will, you know what I'm saying, develop your game plan, and you're gonna become more confident in your game plan. The more that you do it, the more that you cut hair, you know what I'm saying, it's inevitable that you're gonna get better. Like I know that if I keep posting and getting on YouTube, like I don't have no choice. I don't have a choice but to get better, and you know what I'm saying, keep reaching or broaden my audience, you know. So it's the same thing with cutting hair. Like I know that if I keep cutting hair, I don't have any choice but to get better. Like especially if I'm, you know what I'm saying, I'm taking it serious. Like I really love what I'm doing, so I'm a, you know what I'm saying, do whatever I can to, you know, get better at what I'm doing, because I got a passion for it. And if you got a passion for something, I feel like you should do whatever you can to get better at it and improve your skills and all that. So I'm just saying all that to say, don't be discouraged if you just feel like you don't know what you're doing when you cutting hair. You're gonna get better at it. So yeah, we just finishing up this side of the fade. I got my 1.5 guard right here open, and I'm just starting below the line, and I'm just flicking up. I'm trying to use, as you can see, I'm trying to just use the corner, both sides of the corner of my clipper, and I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying, get in between those hairs and blend and soften that guideline up. So after I come in with the 1.5, the 1.5 is not going to completely take that line out. So I'm going to come in with the 1 guard, lever open, and I'm going to do the same thing, start below the line and flick through those hairs, going straight up, keeping my blade flat, and I'm going straight up through those hairs. That's what I'm doing. That's all you got to do. Just take your time with it. Keep combing. I'm using the corners, both sides of the blade, and I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying, dissect those hairs, trying to get in between them. And that's how you just blend it, that fade, just blend. Take your time. Take your time. So after I finish up with the one guard, I'm gonna come in and do a little clipper over comb because it's like a little dark spot at the beginning of his edge up, his vertical bar right there. So I'm just trying to soften that up a little bit. Then I'll come in and I come in with a 3 guard just to attack that top. Just trying to connect the fade into the top. And I'm gonna come in and hit my vertical bar. We're gonna start on the edge up. I'm gonna hit the vertical bar on that side, keeping it straight. I don't like my vertical bars to be like long. I used to have my vertical bars like real long. They're not short, but I like to, have them like not too long, if that makes sense. Like, I don't really like them long ass vertical bars. I don't like that. So I like to have my vertical bars blended. Like I don't really like. I know I keep saying that. I don't really like the vertical bars too long. So I always prioritize to keep my vertical bars not too long. Then I add like a white pencil just to give it that little highlight. I like that little highlight that the white pencil. That I like that white pencil. How I just get that little highlight on the vertical bars. I don't really like to put the pencil on the whole edge ups most of the time. So you'll see me putting it on the vertical bars only most of the time. I just like the look that it gives. So yeah, man, this haircut coming out straight. It's coming out clean. I see a little dark spots in the fade. I should come in and clean that up. Hopefully I seen that in real time. Hopefully I'll go back and fix it, but I'm not perfect. If I don't, I know my clients still like the cut. So yeah, man, we just hitting that beard, getting it crispy, giving it that curvature, making sure I get it. Hit them with that razor, getting it right, getting that beard right, trimming it up. Going over it more than one time so I can make sure that line is solidified. Trying to get them wild hairs, smoothing it out so it can look slim and trim. Yeah, man, this haircut coming out decent as hell. It's coming out good, man. Yeah, like I say, if you just take your time, and the biggest thing with cutting straight hair, like I said, is just making sure that your blade is like flat, and make sure you go up with it. When you fade, when you putting the guidelines in, make sure that you go straight up. Like, don't dig in the teeth. Like, don't dig in with it. That's the biggest difference that I've noticed between when I used to cut hair and when I used to cut straight hair in the beginning, and my fades would come out like choppy, and I would get just real irritated because my fades, it'll take me a long time to get those guidelines blended because I was digging in. I was getting frustrated, so I was just being real forceful with the clipper. Like, I just get mad because real mad for real because my guidelines wasn't coming out. I was like, bro, why is it like, what is the trick? But the trick is just to be soft with be gentle. Let the clipper do the work, because these clippers is like real high tech. These clippers don't cost $200 for nothing. So I just know that I gotta trust my, you know what I'm saying, Trust my technique. Trust the technique. Yeah, man. Enough talking, man. I appreciate y'all for sticking through this video. This cut came out clean. Y'all see he blended, he faded. That fade came out decent. Great, I would say. Came out great. My client was satisfied. Appreciate y'all for sticking through this video, man. I got some more heat coming in on the way. Let me know what y'all think. I appreciate y'all, and y'all have a good one.